Hey Groovy Gardener, so just doing some yard work. Right now, I'm just harvesting uh seeds from my kale plants and wanted you guys to see a little bit of it. Also, I want to talk to you guys about Pest. And right now I have a few pests that are taking over my seed pods, right? And they're kind of all over my seed pods. Not all over, but all over some seed pods. And what I'm doing, I'm actually getting rid of them and putting them in the compost bin. But these seeds here, I'll just cut off each individual pod, right? And they have seeds in them. I'll go ahead up. I think there they are. These pests right here. I'm finding those all over my seed pods. So when I find that, I cut them out, take them out, and usually I take them completely off the property. But since it's warming up, I'll probably just throw them in the compost bin. That way they'll probably just be composted. Usually I wouldn't do that unless during some of the colder climates, because then they could live in there and reproduce and then come back out to your garden. So now that it's heating up, I know my compost is going to be getting pretty hot. They won't be able to multiply in there. I have a lot of things in there that will definitely be in harsh environment for them, so they should die. So I'm gonna get rid of those pests there. Then I'm gonna cut these, put them in that container there. It's just a regular box that I got something in, and I'm just throwing them in there because it's a dry place to store seeds. Just like this, right? Dinosaur kale, right? So it doesn't have to be expensive, guys. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't have to have special gadgets to do anything. I'm using regular pair of scissors, right? So I'll go ahead and finish this up and talk to you in a second about what I'll do with the pest and a little bit about some compost. Alright, so I'm done with that. And I went ahead and dug a hole right here. So I actually changed my mind. What I was gonna do is compost this stuff. But what I think I'm gonna do now, since there is a lot of seeds in here, I don't want to waste these seeds, even though it's full of bugs. I went ahead and dug this hole. I probably don't recommend anybody else do this. If you have pests, get rid of them. Take them off site, right? Just throw them away in the trash. That's in your trash, like outside, right? I think that's the best option. But for me right now, I'm gonna throw all of this in the dirt, including the bugs. I'm gonna throw that in the hole, all the seeds, all the bugs, everything, instead of composting it. And will just cover it up. Now, my reasoning in doing this is that those seeds might sprout instead of me just getting rid of them. And I'm hoping that those bugs won't survive under this dirt. I'm not gonna water this. I'm gonna let it dry out so the seed pods can dry out, and then hopefully the seeds grow. Unless they just deteriorate and just decompose, they might just do that. But even if they do that, they'll feed the soil organic material. So they might do that, or they might just grow kale next year, right? So I did want to talk to you guys about my compost bin. Give me one moment. All right, so here are a few of the kale cuttings that I've harvested the seeds from. Throw that in there. I've thrown a lot of produce like tomatoes, old tomatoes, lettuce, onions, mushrooms, and then here's my garden produce that was thrown away in my house. Right? See, a mixture of things. Sorry for the horrible camera, everyone. Right? But I just throw everything in there. Now that there's a lot of nitrogen, which is all this stuff, I'm actually gonna get some more of this dry material in there. Alright, so now I'm gonna get some of this into the compost bin. Alright, so as you can see, I just basically topped off all that organic material down there, right? With some carbon, which is the brown. Now remember, you need both carbon and nitrogen to create compost. You need both heat and water, right? So now I'm just gonna do a little bit of mashing of the tomatoes and other organic material in there. That way it could kind of birds create like a type of fungus or mold to break down everything that's in here. So all right, so I'm all done now. I went ahead and mashed a lot of this down. Now we'll just leave it to sit and decompose. Where did I get all that carbon that I was using? Like all those sticks, leaves and stuff. Those I got for free. People just left them outside of their yard during the fall when their leaves were falling, and you can always knock on their door, see if they'll allow you to take it. Just know it does come with trash, so that might be something you have to deal with, but it's free. It can help you build organic material a lot faster if you're doing a bigger scale of composting like I am. Let's talk about sizing. Okay. I don't remember. I believe this might be a 80-gallon. I want to say it's a 80-gallon. And I think this one's a 120-gallon compost bin, right? If you're not producing a lot of organic material, you don't need one this big. It's going to take you a year to fill up. So you're not going to be able to use it for 2 years because you got to fill it up for a year, then break it down for a year, right? I provide a lot of organic material, so I'm able to use these. And what I'll do, I'll alternate. So I'll grow this one since I do it pretty rapid. I'll fill this in 6 months. Break it down in 6 months. That means I can utilize it after a year. Once a year goes by, now I utilize what's in here while I'm building what's in here, right? So now it'll take me about 6 months to a year to build this up to the top, and then maybe 6 months to break it down, right? And so while I can't use this, I can utilize what I have here. Okay, so that's if you're doing gardening on a little bit of a bigger scale. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that because I did have a lot of bugs on my seeds here that I was harvesting. So I did just throw them in the dirt. That way, hopefully they could pop up in a later season. But just trying to get my walkways back, because you see these guys don't let me walk by, and then there's always bees. But as you can see, I chopped down here, so now I can utilize this walk space, right? So this is lettuce right here. This is what lettuce looks like when it goes to flower. Right? Looks pretty crazy. This is red leaf lettuce. But yeah, very excited to have this walkway back. Don't let certain pests sit in your garden, guys. Certain ones you just got to get rid of. You can't let certain pests that populate really fast, you can't let them linger around. If not, they'll take over. They'll take over everything you worked hard for. So just make sure you guys think about that. This is that garlic going to flower, just busting out more and more flowers. And remember, after flowers come seeds. So I'm allowing a lot of my plants to go to flower so I can harvest the seeds. But thank you guys for watching today. Remember, grow your seeds. Don't, if you are trying to collect your seeds, make sure you don't harvest them too quick, because if they're too small, then they won't be viable, right? They actually will have pods in there that are too small, and you won't be able to actually utilize those seeds. But once they get a lot bigger, they maybe start drying on the plant itself, then you could start utilizing them. Chop them down, and then you could store them in a dry place and save them for later next year, right? Appreciate it, you guys. I got more coming. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I know for me, I don't really subscribe to people unless I really want to see what they're coming out with next. So if you want to see what I'm coming out with next, subscribe please, and hit the like button if I taught you something. And if you have any questions or you want to see any type of content, then go ahead and comment below and let's talk about it. Appreciate you guys. Have a groovy day.